thank you. First of all, how nice of you guys to do that anniversary shout. I really appreciate it. And I'm as stunned as you are that I've been doing this since 1979. But to have made it this far is amazing to me. People always said, did you ever think when you started that you'd be going this long? And I always tell them, when I first started, I just was happy to have a job. And I didn't even think about how long it would be before, it would last. But God bless you, and it's because of your support. So I appreciate that very much. It's nice of you. You guys have stuck with me for a long time, and I'm sure a lot of you are darn sick of it. So we are here, of course, Nick.
Yes.
To talk about
Destroy All Monsters.
Destroy All Monsters, which I actually ran on my show about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
What a coincidence. And I actually wrote down some notes here. I should mention, I have a long history with Godzilla, just like a lot of you. I first started seeing him on TV, and it was mostly the ones with the really bad dub dialogue that was almost comedic, and where Godzilla's very good at using pro wrestling moves. And I always remember some station very late at night then ran the original, and I was so impressed by it. It was amazing to me. I'd never seen it, and just the fact that it was so serious and so really effective. And I'm always glad that I saw that, in spite of the fact that Raymond Burr was in it.
He's on a certain show.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
Okay.
And you might not believe this, but I actually interviewed Godzilla once. This was when they had, speaking of Raymond Burr, that 1985 New World Pictures brought the Godzilla movie in. And this was out right near Marina City on Wacker Drive. They brought out a guy in a big rubber Godzilla suit who you were supposed to interview, and they had all sorts of press people there. And I remember very well that I'm standing there to do this with him, and all he could do was keep yelling, "It's on there, come on, get this over with, come on!" And they actually had some little blonde girl in a short red dress whose job was to calm him down. Not sure if that worked, but anyway. So I have a long history with Godzilla. We've shown so many of the Godzilla movies on my program. And now, let us talk about Destroy All Monsters. I just happen to have this here. A carton of eggs, a gallon of milk. Anyway, this movie was from 1968. It was the 9th film in the Godzilla series, and the funny thing about it was it was supposed to be the last one, because as the movies had gone along, they were losing box office receipts on it. They weren't really drawing people. So they decided at Toho, this should be the last one. And they wanted to go all out and have all these monsters in it: Godzilla, Mothra, Baragon. That was in Chicago, wasn't it? The Baragon Ballroom.
I've been there twice.
And you guys know the story of the movie, I'm sure. They've somehow managed in the future to end up with all the giant monsters safely corralled on an island. They never say how they did this. It's not like they said, "Hey, I'll give you free tickets to Taylor Swift if you come out here." But they all end up out there, and there's like various protections that keep them safely on the place, and they're fed and they're perfectly happy, supposedly. Then one day, there's a secret base built there that controls all the ways that they keep them there. All of a sudden, they lose communication with them. And all of a sudden, all those barriers are gone, so the monsters go out and start destroying the major cities of the world. Which, that's what they do. It's part of their job description. And when a spaceship that is known to patrol around, it's like a moon ship, comes in to check at the secret base, they find that all the scientists there have been mind controlled by aliens. The aliens turn out to be a group of young women who must have bought glittery swim caps in bulk, as you'll see in this movie. And they are taking over the world. They want to take over the world and will use these monsters to do so. It's a pretty exciting movie, and because it was so cool, actually the box office receipts were way up, and they decided, well, we're not going to stop now, and so the Godzilla movies continued. So that's why it's still going now, and it's amazing to me because it seems like Godzilla's more popular than ever these days. Little things to point out. Yes, let's hear it for Godzilla. I'm very sorry he couldn't be here tonight, but accepting the award is Nick DeGilio. Little things about this movie that you might notice. For example, this is the one movie, the only movie, where Mothra does not have the two little singing fairies, the Shobijin. I know.
You're getting booze, Rich. You're getting booze.
People were singing the song out there, if you guys know it, remember? Mothra, you got the cutest little Mothra. And a lot of the veterans of the Godzilla movies and the giant kaiju movies were a part of this movie because they figured it was going to be the end. And you might notice that a couple of the monsters are only in very briefly, and the reason for that is their costumes had deteriorated so much that they wouldn't really, be able to do too much, and they didn't want to spend the money to have new ones made. So, what do you do? Anything else I need to tell you here? Oh, this movie is not to be confused with the movie that came right after it, All Monsters Attack. Now, if you know that one, you probably are still scratching your head. It's the one with, as we like to call him, the kid with the yellow shorts, who dreams about going to what is now known as Monster Island. In this movie, it's called Monsterland, which sounds like something Homer Simpson would, ooh, Monsterland. And if you remember that movie, it's got that terrible kid voice dubbing in it. And Godzilla's son also speaks. If I were in that movie, I would have made him a mime, but that's nothing good. But anyway, it's a fun movie. It's pretty exciting. I would just like to say again, thank you guys for your support all these years.
And I do want to mention really quickly.
Yes.
It's the 45th anniversary, as we just mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to celebrate. There's a convention that's coming up in August that Rich is always a part of, and I am always a part of. It's the Flashback Horror Weekend Convention. Yeah. And it is August 2nd through the 4th this year, and it's at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare. And I will be hosting a 45th anniversary show with Rich. And we'll have clips and guests and all kinds of cool stuff. So I want to make sure that you guys knew about that.
Yeah.
And Rich appears and you do the costume contest.
Yes, we do the costume contest. We do celebrity photo ops. We do autographing. Some of you have already had enough of that tonight. And it's a lot of fun. And I always look forward to having Nick talk to me there because nobody does it better than Nick.
Oh, well, anyway. But so I just want to let you know it's that. We have a really incredible lineup at Flashback this year. Really incredible lineup. You can check it out at flashbackweekend.com. But Rich will be there on Friday and Saturday this year. But it's his 45th anniversary, so we want to celebrate it, and we're going to do that again there. So that's what I want.
I've been told that I might get to meet Jordan Ladd, Cheryl Ladd's daughter.
Yes. Yeah. Take it easy, Rich. Take it easy.
I'm just saying, I get to maybe talk to her.
Well, I'll keep you away from Jordan Ladd. You keep me away from Jane Levy. All right?
Hey, there's a deal.
There you go. All right. Svengoolie, everybody.
Thank you.